Valentine's Day is a holiday full of romance and love and all kinds of other squishy feelings and stuff. At least it's what my friends tell me. It also is full of art and cards and gifts that are covered in pictures of this little chubby baby. Cupid is synonymous with the Valentine's Day holiday as well as falling in love in general. It fires arrows that can make you fall in love with the first person you see. The funny part of this story is Cupid basically ends up scratching himself with one of his own arrows, and he has to deal with what he calls the ordeal of love. And this ordeal actually leads to him being married to a mere mortal, no less. There's a lot of interesting parts to this story. I'm really excited to share it with you guys. And I just want to invite you guys to join me as we explore today's Miss Illustrated, the tale of Cupid and Psyche. The story of Cupid begins with an unlikely marriage between love and war itself. Cupid's parents were none other than Aphrodite and Ares. Their son was the very embodiment of attraction, and with his swift bow and arrow, he could make any being, divine or otherwise, fall in love with the first person they saw. And he often tormented the other residents of Olympus with them. Cupid's mother was the fairest being in all the realms. That is, until a daughter was born to a human king. The princess's name was Psyche, and her people all exclaimed that her beauty rivaled even Aphrodite's. This enraged the goddess, and she summoned her son to go and punish this girl. He was to make her fall in love with a hideous monster, but when he laid eyes upon her, he could not harm her. Instead, he scratched himself with his own arrow and decided to arrange her marriage to him in secret. Her father believed he had offended the gods because no man would ever ask for Psyche's hand, so after receiving a prophecy from Apollo that his daughter would marry a hideous beast, Apollo instructed him to abandon his daughter at the edge of a mountain to wait for her husband. Alone and afraid, Psyche heard a calming voice, and Zephyr the west wind picked her up and carried her away from the mountain to a beautiful golden palace full of incomparable treasures. When she arrived, a voice called out to her from the darkness of the palace. She followed it, and though she could not see, she knew her husband was no beast. She spent day after day with him, laughing, learning, and telling stories. But she was never allowed to see her husband's face. Even after she learned she was with child, he dared not show his face. Eventually, a small doubt did begin to form, and she had to know if her husband was a beast or a man. So one night, while he slept, she looked upon him with the light of an oil lamp, and she realized her husband was from Olympus. The light woke him, and thinking she could never love him for who he was, he flew away. But as he tried to escape, the oil lamp fell upon him, burning him. Psyche was crushed that Cupid felt he could not be with her due to his divinity. She decided to get him back and prove her love somehow. Shortly after her journey to do this began, she was confronted by Aphrodite, her mother-in-law, who told her that there was indeed a way she could attain divinity, that they could be together forever. But her true intentions were much more sinister. She planned to give Psyche 4 impossible tasks to punish her and hopefully end her life. The tasks included sorting a massive pile of seeds, nuts, grains, and other small objects by hand in one night, getting a golden fleece from the violent sheep of Helios, collecting water from the river Styx itself, and finally going to the underworld to retrieve a drop of beauty from the queen of the underworld herself, Persephone. What Aphrodite didn't know is that Cupid would secretly help his wife complete all the tasks. But during the last task, Psyche thought that her husband might love her more if she was more beautiful. So instead of giving the box to Aphrodite, out of curiosity she opened it, but inside was nothing but a dark, cursed sleep which overtook her. Cupid, seeing his fallen wife, rushed to her aid and took her to Olympus. He begged Zeus to help him, in exchange for a favor in the future and a promise to torment the gods no longer with his arrows. Zeus gave the girl ambrosia, and she awoke as an immortal. Now the goddess of soul, she could live on with her husband in happiness. Shortly after her revival, Psyche bore a daughter named Hedone. And now, as immortals, they were free to be together always, knowing that true love can change even the darkest of destinies.
And that is the tale of Cupid and his beloved. I hope you guys enjoyed the story, and I hope you guys also enjoyed the art that I made for the video. If you did and you would like to see the details of it, or high resolution version, you can check out the links down below in the description, and that'll take you to my social media where you can check out that and any other previous art that I've made for videos like these. The format is a little different for this video, and that's because I'm trying to come up with shorter videos that I can put in between the bigger projects like Billy Goat's Gruff. If you haven't seen that remake, that's in the Legends Retold series, and I'll link it up in the video here in the corner, or it'll also be down in the description as well. And if you haven't seen it, I think you'll enjoy it also. Other than that, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you want to support the channel, please subscribe. Hit that notification bell to be notified anytime that I publish a new video or there's any new content on the channel. Other than that, I want to thank you again for watching, and until next time, keep creating, guys.
Okay. Put the paper down.
So, how you doing? Baby sounds. I didn't mean you. He fires gold-tipped arrows that when... Nope. Mr. BP over there. Quiet on set! Please!
Hey, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, John.